Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a few of the homeschool curriculums that we use in our day-to-day homeschool. Through the years, we've been homeschooling now for about 8 years, and I have changed curriculum multiple times. It almost seems like I'm constantly in the search for the perfect curriculum, and I don't know that it exists. But I have tried out a lot and I've narrowed it down to the ones that work best for our family. Each family operates differently, and so what may work for your family, may not work for mine, and what works for mine may not work for you. But this is just the things that we have found work for us. So the math curriculum that we used Abeka math in elementary school up until 2nd grade. The worksheets were really easy. The teacher manual was easy to use. It was very easy to teach. My kids loved it. It was colorful and quick, and it worked really well for us. Once my kids got to 3rd grade, we switched to teaching textbooks. The reason I like teaching textbooks, one of them is missing because my daughter is using it right now, but it comes on a disc, and you just put this in your computer and it teaches you. There's like a lecture where it teaches them the lesson, and then they do the math lessons, and if they miss it, sometimes it gives them an extra chance to do it again. If they miss it again, it'll actually go through and tell them how they should have done the problem, and so it teaches them what they did wrong. So I really like this curriculum a lot. It's worked well for us. Another curriculum that we have used through the years, and I think this is probably, we used Abeka like for phonics and early grammar type stuff, but once they got to 2nd grade, we switched to Easy Grammar. Easy Grammar has worked really well for us. It just, basically they do like a worksheet a day. And this is, well, I don't know if you can even, there we go. So it'll teach them a lesson. The teacher's manual is really thick, but I mean, it seriously walks you through. Like, I can look at it, read what it says out loud, and, when teaching my kids, it's very easy. So hence the name, Easy Grammar. That's worked really well for us over the years. Let's see here. For history, we adore Knotgrass history. This is like my favorite history for this age bracket. We started using a Knotgrass in 5th grade, and Mrs. Knotgrass, Charlene Knotgrass, she wrote the middle school grades. So there is America the Beautiful, which is like, American history. There's Uncle Sam and I, which is more like government. And then just recently she released a world history, and I'm trying to think what it's called. I think it's From Adam to Us, maybe is the name of it. But, and then her husband, Ray Knotgrass, actually wrote the high school curriculums. I don't have Josh's here right now, but he wrote the high school curriculum, which also has an American history, a world history, a government, and an economics. I really love the layout of this curriculum. Each lesson, there are like 4 or 5 pages that they have to read, and then on the last page, it gives you the breakdown of what they need to do for their activities for the day. It'll give you a map study, so they have to work in a map book, and the map book, it comes with the curriculum. And so it tells you basically tells them what they need to do in their map. There is a timeline book where that they can fill out a timeline in a workbook. Literature, so there are 2 different segments to the literature section. One is, there's a book that, the one that comes with this particular curriculum is called We the People. And it has like historical documents, letters, different songs in history, different pieces of poetry from history, and it will have them corresponding to the different history lessons. It'll have them read different segments of this book. It has you read chapters out of historical fiction. So in this one, it has read chapters 19 and 20 in The Sign of the Beaver. It also gives you vocabulary work and writing assignments. There's family activities. You can choose, for the middle school one, you can choose. There's 2 different types of lesson reviews. One has different activities that they can do, like crossword puzzles and mazes and that kind of thing. If your child is a little bit older, like 7th or 8th grade, this one is just like they have to answer the questions for each lesson in the book. So that's the one that we use because Allie Jo is in 7th grade. So we have really enjoyed Knotgrass History, and I have met their family at the homeschool convention, and I can tell you Charlene is the sweetest, most loving, caring Christian lady I have ever met. She's wonderful. I love her so much. So we will continue to use Knotgrass History all the way through high school, I'm sure. My daughter loves these books, and I use these just as supplement because we don't really do the activities in them. I just have her read them, but they are so full of information. It's been wonderful. This is the Charlotte Mason style from Queen Homeschool. I think that's right. Yeah, Queen Homeschool. And you can find them at queenhomeschool.com. And this is the Discovering Nature and Science series. And each lesson is written in a story form, so they can read it just like they're reading a chapter in a book. And the stories are really sweet. And laced inside of each story are science lessons. And she has learned so much from this. I do this in addition to our regular science, just as a reader for extra reading. Now for their science, I will tell you, I've struggled with science over the years. I've always been searching for the best option for science. My favorite year that we did was Allie Jo did 1 year of Science Shepherd, and it was the elementary session, and it came with like a workbook that they would fill out each day, and there was a video series that they could watch online, and the guy even did like experiments that they could watch or that you could do at home. And she learned so much that year and really enjoyed it. So Allie is using the Apologia General Science, and this year Josh is a freshman in high school, and he is using the Exploring Creation with Biology. One thing that I like to take advantage of, though, we have a local co-op. Well, there's quite a few co-ops in our city. But I try to connect with a co-op that does a science lab, because that way Josh can do his science work at home and take his tests and do all of his study guides and everything, but he goes to co-op and they do all the experiments and the dissecting and all of that stuff that I don't want to do, or that I know I'll drop the ball on. So that's really cool that he can go and take advantage of that, and it keeps us on track as far as what we need to get done. I do highly recommend, if you do choose to do the Apologia Biology, this year we got the DVD series, and this lady actually does a lecture for each lesson in the book, and the experiments are on there too. So if they're getting ready to do an experiment, they can watch the experiment on the DVD to see what they're going to do, or after they do their experiment to see if they did it right or if they have a problem. The DVD helps them to make sure that they're doing that experiment correctly. So this is just a few of the curriculums that we use. We do use other things, and if you have any questions about any of the other curriculums that we use, just throw it out there and I will try to help you any way I can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.